Nick Sievers, this is your 1 p.m. wake-up call. Hello, everyone. I'm Frank Scattoni.
I'm Ciaran Thornton.
And together we are...
Double Trouble.
Double Trouble.
You know what? That's what I'm going to put a bet up on Khaleesi. You know, are we going to get this actually right? Watch people make they'll make more money off that than your picks. That's for sure.
Hey, come on. We both stunk yesterday, right? Come on. Own it with me. Own it with me, Ciaran.
That's the first time. That's the first time one of us did not have a winner in either leg of the double. And I take responsibility for that, everyone. You know, the pressure I can imagine Frank was feeling as I kept rolling off these double wins. You know, I went down to his level yesterday, and look what happened. Goose eggs.
He tried to stoop down to my level. Maybe he thought that would elevate me and I would actually pick a winner. Funny thing is, Ciaran, like we had different horses in every race too. Like we weren't even close. I mean, it was just, but we knew that going in. We knew that was a tough sequence. I think today is really tough as well.
Yeah, and I mean, I thought it was tough, and I had a single so I could spread a lot in the last race, and that single scratched, so it's gotten even tougher now.
Yeah, we'll talk about the late double. We're actually talking about the late pick 3 as well, but first off, we just like to kind of look on a macro level at the card. And when I was doing it yesterday, there were just a couple of horses I wanted to point out. I know Ciaran wanted to point one out too. We're not going to spend too much time handicapping this, but these are horses that you guys should put on your radar throughout the day. In race 1, number 2, Kerry Gold. I know the horse is happy and healthy, and this horse is sitting on a big race. The condition is for non-winners of 1 this year. So we're not looking at world beaters here, and this horse fires every time. So Kerry Gold at 12-1 in race 1, put on your radar. I do think the 2 favorites are legit, but I think this horse could really surprise today. Race 2, Ciaran wanted to mention number 5, Tennessee Honeybee.
Did very well for us. It was one of our doubles. I think that was a double where it was 5-2 over 5-2, and it ended up paying like $600, or $400, something crazy though. I mean, we ended up getting a big pay on that, and just perfect placement again. I think that's a single. If you're hunting for a single, that's a single. And like you were talking in race 1, when I did my picks for race 1, I went 9, 8, 7, 6, and then in brackets I put. You could also get away with doing all in that race.
So sometimes when you think it's an all ball, maybe you just pick one horse and you plant a flag. And if you're right, you're separated yourself from everybody else who spread. And if you're wrong, you just come back and play the early pick 4. Simple as that. But back to Ciaran, I think this was one of the few horses during the 2-day contest that, we actually had as a winner. I mean, it was just a brutal day, but this horse ran off the screen for us. So that was really nice. So shout out to number 5, Tennessee Honeybee. Race 3, nothing super clever here. I do think the morning line favorite Goatski is going to run a big race today. But keep an eye on number 7, Just a Kiss. Second-time starter for Andy Mathis, stretching out 5-1 on the line. You might get that. You might get a little more because Goatski and the other horse, I think Peter Miller has 2 horses in that race. They're going to take a lot of money. You might be able to eke out some value with this Just a Kiss.
I like Just a Kiss, so now I'm going to have to change my bet. Do I have Chime? I got to scratch that one out. Jeez. There's another one down the toilet.
You can still cancel your wagers, Ciaran. Okay, so we had nothing in races 4 and 5. Race 6, start of the low takeout, $3 late pick 3. I know a lot of our listeners out there have been playing that bet. Along with the $5 late double, which is the premise of our show, this is one of the best bets that Del Mar has offered because of the 15% takeout. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. And the pays have been pretty healthy too.
So I thought I was going to try and be clever here. Don't get me wrong. I know Mrs. Astor is a really nice horse and she's a deserving favorite. But last year when Sunset Glory won this exact race, I thought she was on the cusp of being a superstar. She ran in a grade 2, didn't do so well. They still thought enough of her to run her in a grade 1. I think it was the Breeders' Cup. No good. Later up, her comeback race was awesome. Tossed the Oceanitis, just out for a spin. This has been the target all along. There are a bunch of really nice horses in here. We got a few graded stakes winners in this listed stakes. I think Sunset Glory could be kind of a separator horse. I am playing the late pick 3, and I'm going to single her because I am super spready in the next 2 legs. We'll talk about that in a second. But Did you have an opinion in race 6, the feature on today's card?
I went 3, 6, 7, and in my notes I went 3 is a strong single candidate. That's, and that's one of those, like, I either, if I'm spreading so much in the next legs, I got to take a shot. Otherwise, it gets prohibitively expensive. So I think if I was forced to single, it's going to be the 3. I'm going to go chalk for the single.
Who's the name? I got to get Mrs. Astor. Yeah, I mean, you could play the chalk in the first leg of this pick 3 because I think the last 2 races are super fuzzy. And knowing you, Ciaran, I'm sure you have a couple of bombs in the sequence. So not a bad idea if you really love Mrs. Astor. Look at Nick Sievers. He's on a stupid work meeting. Okay, well, when you're done, you're here in spirit. When you're done, please join us. Dan H is back. 116 minutes supposed. Ciaran, I was going to say this actually. The bad news is I don't have a specific double play to give out just yet. The good news
there it is.
The good news is I have 5 hours to figure it out.
I'm going to sing a little song here, but I'll be PC. So what we're hearing is Frank has been gelded, and we're looking for them on the floor. Where did they go?
I didn't say I was going to use every horse I was considering. I said I was just considering them. Dan H, you're back. Welcome, Dan, again. Good card. Well, you did the 160 minutes opposed. Good card, but very tough late sequence. Agree. Mr. Guitar, who's been on fire. Race 1, he likes number 3, Sydney Street. Ciaran, what angle did you talk about yesterday? When Scatoni bets a horse 10 times in a row and then doesn't like the horse? What do we call that?
Oh, Scatoni. I actually have probably the best long shot we've ever seen at this meet today. It's going to win us this late double. I think the stats are just off the page. And, I'm going to jump ahead and just give you that long shot in the last race today. It is number 9, Monatic. And I'm just going to quote someone here who writes for Del Mar, and he goes, I don't mean to be stubborn, but I'm going to have a hard time betting DeMuro after his absolute hatchet job yesterday in race 7. So everyone upgrade this jockey, put extra stars next to him. So that's my long shot today. Scatoni off angle.
Right to the winners. Right. DeMoro, Scatoni off. Sydney Street in race 1. I'm off that horse. I bet that horse a million times. The Scatoni off angle is in full play today. Ciaran, I know he's quoting me if you guys didn't realize. I did this race for the Del Mar website, my handicapping page. Okay, I let my emotions get the best of me. I was still very upset after DeMoro's ride on Defiance yesterday. Oh my God, it was just atrocious. So you're right, Ciaran. Boom, straight to the winner's circle. He probably won 4 races today.
Well, I had that as a long shot, and then when I read that you were off, I was like, oh, yes.
I mean, yeah, it's just so hard to get a read on this horse because his first race in the States, it was a nothing race, right? I mean, Mandela probably didn't get him out there.
My notes were here. Long break, was a graded stakes racer and place racer in France. First time blinkers. Like I agree with what you said. You don't usually – they're trying everything, blinkers on a European, but trainers 0 for 23. So here's another 0 for who's probably going to do something. Some stamina building works, which was interesting. And then a best of the day, 59-second work. And I think we're going to get this price, because you're off the horse, but a lot of people are going to be looking and going, this is absolutely a prep race. But this horse is 2 for 4 at the distance as well. So, racing is expensive. People talk about prep races, but you want to win the prep races. And so it might be a sneaky one. Or he may run last and totally be
No, Ciaran, believe me, this is the kind of horse that I would usually like. I mean, group form overseas, like you said, Mandela's one of the best. Just toss that first race. The blinkers on is what really bothered me. But this is a really tough race, and I would not talk anyone off number 9, Maniatic. I don't know. We'll find out how we say it. We'll move back and start talking about race 7, but first, Mr. Guitar, I assume you're talking about Sydney Street was gelded, so that's why he's going to win today back in race 1. Scatoni off today, but gelded. Terry, no, don't worry. He's not. At least I don't think they're going to geld me. Here on. Real quick, again, we're jumping all over the place, but we want to incorporate everything you guys say because that's the spirit of the show. So let's do it. Race 3, Gaffalione will be the difference to get the 5 to break the maiden. Okay, Ciaran, did you have anything on the 5? Is that Goatski? Let me go back.
And race
I know
3.
we're all over the place here. Race 3. Who's number 5? Is that my Goatski? Goatski. No. Number 8 in race 3. No, the 5. Oh, We the Hobby. Yeah, Peter Miller is using Gaffalione, who is here today to ride. No, here for mostly for tomorrow, the big race, the Del Mar Oaks this weekend. But he's out here and he's picking up some mounts.
I actually thought he would have got more mounts, but still, I mean, he's picking up a couple just to get a feel for the track.
Yeah, Peter Miller is good. He uses a lot of out-of-town jocks. He uses a lot of weird jocks. I mean, he'll put anybody up, really. But anyway, back to race 3. Good luck, Dan. I think Goski's going to smoke him.
That's what I thought, too.
Yeah, and then,
But it is Friday at Del Mar where crazy prices hit more times than not.
So back to race 6. Maniatic is your wise guy, long shot play. Mrs. Astor is your...
Oh, no, I was just Maniatic is in the very last race of the double. For this,
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, for race 6, I'm just going... If I had the single, I'm just going to single Miss Astor.
All right, well, Ciaran, I'm going to put your double play up. Race 7 is a $20,000 maiden claimer, 5.5 furlongs on the main track. It might be $20,000, but I'm not sure I'd pay $20,000 for this whole field. We have a lot of really, really, no offense, but cheap horses. We're running for 12.5, and now they're moving up to this. This is an impossible race to me because it's really finding the lesser of all evils. It's not that because I like a horse. It's because I just don't like anybody else. So
a lot of these guys are, clearing out the barn. I was actually going to make a big double play off number 12, but he scratched. My Hero, I think was the name of it.
See, this is how Ciaran always gets an excuse when he loses. Oh, well, my top horse scratched. That's like the 8th time you said it this meet. Oh, my top horse scratched. So I
sent my picks out yesterday, so it's out there. Well, actually, and then my backup plays, number 1, Dirty Words. Ricky is riding for Phil, and he's been riding pretty good. He's up there at 20% here at Del Mar. He likes it here at the beach. And these guys are starting to slowly work up, and this is a 20K claimer race, and Phil ran the horse over the track here. More times than not, when he's clearing out the barns, you'll probably just see Los Al Works and not actually ship them down here to Del Mar. So gave me a little bit of optimism, if you would call it that.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you about this horse because you've been really good this meet with Phil D'Amato giveaways. Is he in it to win it, or is he just getting rid of the horse? You think this is
he's always in it? He's in it to win it, but this might be one where other people are going to go, yeah, I'm not going to spend 20K on any of these horses, and they get away with the win, and they get to keep the horse. That's that risk they probably are taking. Hey, maybe we can sneak one by everyone. No one's going to pick it up. We'll get a paycheck, and then we can move up the conditions.
Yeah, and
Phil, when he drops multiple classes, he's 2 of 6. So when he's dropping in like this, he usually does pretty well. And then my Wise Guy shot, which is my other play, is the number 6, Tap and Go. Diego's riding for Tamara. Now, what jumped out at me, the horse ran flat on opening day, then came back with some bullet workouts. And that last race was a maiden special weight, 100K on opening day. And today it's a 20K claimer for a horse that cost 125K. So, is this another sneaky one? Don't claim my horse. Let's see if we can sneak one by, or is the horse going to run last? So I thought enough in this race. I'm going to take a flyer on it at a good price.
Number 6, Tap and Go, is actually my second choice in this race. So I'm with you, Ciaran. And here's my reasoning. Other than the major class drop from maiden special to this low level, which is always have to consider that. It's so big. And even your one horse, maiden 50 to maiden 20 is still a significant drop. Don't think, oh, this horse is running in a maiden claimer. No, maiden 50 to maiden 20 is a big drop. So those one of the 6 have class advantages. But let me tell you about the 6. This horse is a 5-year-old. They have no business racing this horse if they didn't think this horse could get a win. That race on opening day was just an educational run. They want this horse to win, maybe get claimed, and have their patience pay off a little bit because they waited 5 years to get this horse to the races. So that's always an interesting angle to consider. Here, Ciaran's going to make fun of me. These are horses I am considering for my $5 late double. I'm not finalizing my picks now because I have 6 hours to figure it out. This race is impossible. 10, 6, 12,
I wish I had control of the screen because right now I'd be taking Frank's picks all with all. We'll adjust later. And then on Sunday's show, he's going to go, well, my original bet, I should have stuck with it. I had the winner.
I'm not allowed to say all. I'd have to put money in the swear jar. So that's what I'm considering there. I do not. No, I do. I have both your horses, right? I have your 1 and I have your 6. Maybe I'll just do your doubles, but I'll do them for an extra $5. So if we both hit, I win more money. And then I can brag that
There you go.
And then look, real quick, Ciaran, I want you to talk about the nightcap. Little spready there, but I can't say I blame you. That's another really
I was
tough
spready,
race.
but the one, if I was forced, like my big bet, if my hero had not scratched, was going to be a straight up $20 double. Number 12, who scratched into number 7. I thought 7 was the horse we're all going to try to beat. And interesting note today. So in the last race, number 2, Twirling Point, is taking a big drop. I'm not using this horse, and it may very well beat me and cost me this double. But I think the fact that this horse is dropping out of graded stakes race, that seems like this is going to be a horse that the CAW money will probably hammer if they do pay the pool or play the pool. So I'm kind of tossing it out thinking that's what's going to happen. And I think today we're definitely going to be looking at what the will pays are. We might adjust our numbers, but
100%.
I think there's a couple of ways the CAWs might give us better pays on this double today.
Yeah.
Just hitting some of these like big droppers.
1 or 2 of these combos are going to be over bet, and I think it's absolute spread. But here, Ciaran, I'm gonna argue with you for a second because I'm taking the opposite view of number 2, Twirling Point. So this horse is running in graded stakes races as a 3-year-old. This is a non-winners of 2 allowance condition, which the horse is still eligible for. And actually, no, the horse isn't eligible for, but so he's running for the 80K tag. That's okay. This is not a graded stakes horse. Who's going to take this horse for $80,000? I think Jonathan Thomas says, I'm going to get away with it. No one's going to claim my horse. He's a good allowance horse. I'm going to fire fresh off the bench, and I'm going to win this race. And then next time I can, protect the horse or whatever, and move into a listed stakes. So I think he's a little gamesmanship here. The only 2 people who claim horses for 80 are like John Sadler and Mark Glatt. That's it. Nobody else is dipping in for 80. So I think he might think he can sneak one past the goalie. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. So here, let me just show you the horses. Ready, Ciaran? I'm considering. 2's my top one, 10, 8, 6.
And I have the same ones.
4, but I don't have your 4 and 7. So
I have the 4, Mike Smith. What do I have here is my notes.
Yeah, that horse will be
Ron Ellis, second off the break.
That horse is going to be second choice, I think. I think your 7's probably going to be the. I am against the 7. I really don't like the 7 at all. But I remember the last time I said that about Buds and Suds, one of your horses. You humiliated me. Not only did the horse win, but the horse won for fun at 6-1. And I was like, I couldn't say enough bad things about that.
And Peter Urton's on fire. You know what I mean? He's picking good spots for his horses. He's winning 26% here. And the horse has a nose for the wire. And, that's in a really bad race. I would rather take a big shot on a horse that's run second, first, third, first, second, first. You know what I mean? So, at least I know he's around there. And if things go right, there we go. I get the win. And I hope there's a lot of other people who are thinking like you are, and I'll get a better pay or get a price.
Your horse is a professional racehorse. He's raced 12 times, 4 firsts, 5 seconds, 1 third. He shows up every time. I just thought it was a pace situation. I think the horse, kind of needs to be on or near the lead, and I think he's going to have a little company up front, making it a little trickier for him. That being said, the rails are out, I think, 24 feet today, so that does often favor forwardly placed horses. But 3-1 in a field that I think is very competitive. I'm going to go again.
I think all these words. I think all these morning line odds on these last two races are going to be all over the map today. So, I mean, I'm making fun of you not doing your picks, but you're going to do your picks and then come in and go, wow, I can't believe this price is this, and upgrade and downgrade. I think this is going to be one of these. You definitely need to look at the will pays today.
100%, Ciaran, and that's why we go live, right? Because if we were just giving out our picks in the morning and then we come back later, we had something completely different. You know what I mean? So that's why we're going to come back live. I think I said 5:40. I'll tweet out after the show. I'll tweet out the link real quick though, Ciaran. We always say we're going to keep this short and sweet. We're already at 21 minutes. Let me just run through some of the comments. We'll comment on that and then we'll wrap it up and we'll have everybody join us later. Dan H, he's with you. Mrs. Astor would be a single for me in the pick 3 too. So he agrees with you, Ciaran. Picking the favorite in race 7, seemingly the wackiest race on the card. Let's see. That's probably Ciaran who's picking the favorite, right? I mean, because I'm super spready. My top pick's Seattle Surf. I think that horse makes the lead and doesn't stop. But
I think he's thinking that the Phil Ricky horse is going to be favored.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that horse probably deserves to be favored. Speed from the rail with Ricky up, dropping in class. Well, Dan H, let us know later who you like. Okay, race an 0 for 10 or worse breaks man at the snow level. Maybe the 10 or the 7. Yeah, I really like the 10 here. Speed from the outside. Karen Headley is very, very sneaky. And Escobedo is a very good under the radar young jockey. He's only been doing this 3 years. I actually talked to him at Red Tractons the other night after the PGF fund. He still is. He's a musician. Like his career, he wanted to be a musician, and then he started riding horses and he fell in love. So that would be just a great story if he succeeds here in this tough colony. But I think he's got a big shot today. One last comment, and then I'll let Ciaran wrap it up. Number 7, my A in the last. B's are number 8, C's are 3 and 5 right now. So he's with you on Ness's Last Hurrah, right? That's the 7. So that's his A. Ciaran and Dan are on the same page with Mrs. Astor and Ness's Last Hurrah. I'm trying to beat both of them. So, go to the windows, bet all your money on Mrs. Astor and Ness's Last Hurrah. Anything else, Ciaran? Any last comments?
Pretty much it. Well, we'll come back and see how wacky the will pays are or not. 5:40 later today.
Yeah, I usually tweet out once race 6. We both do, Ciaran, but I tweeted out. We look at the probables from race 6 into race 7 and find out which are the favorite combos to at least give us an idea of which horses might be overbet in race 7, and that helps us strategize before race 6 is even off. So that's what I'll be doing today. Look for the tweet. Look for the link for the afternoon show. Ciaran, if you don't hit the late double,
go home in trouble.
Let's not go home in trouble 2 days in a row, man. Let's get this. Thanks for watching, everyone.